Hi, everyone. My name is Bree Farron. I'm the brand and design manager at America250PA. So excited to have with me here today Nathan Maines, who is the CEO of the Pennsylvania School Boards Association, who is also a partner of ours in the Keystone Classroom Initiative. So thank you so much, Nathan, for being here.
Good to be here. Thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely. No, thank you. So would you mind just jumping into what the Pennsylvania School Boards Association does? Like what role do you have in the Commonwealth?
Sure, absolutely. So, Pennsylvania School Boards Association represents school directors from across the Commonwealth. There are 4,500 school directors locally elected that represent the 500 school districts, along with their board secretaries, solicitors, and superintendents. We provide a range of services, everything from direct training for a particular school district to statewide trainings, an annual conference, a range of services, including policy development and a lot of data work and research. We also represent school districts, school boards specifically, at the state and federal level as we advocate strenuously for things that will benefit public education and expand opportunities for every child in the Commonwealth. So really, if it involves public education, we're a group that really gets involved at all levels.
That's great. Yeah, and obviously public education is a big driving force of your organization, but are there any other values or missions that you guys have that drive your organization?
Well, really, what drives us is public education and making sure that every child has every opportunity. I'm a product of public education. I think the vast majority of people, certainly I know, and of course, residents of the Commonwealth have come up through our public education system. And it's important that the experiences that certainly I had, and I'm sure you had and others, we're able to provide those for the next generation. You know, public education is really the bedrock of our democracy, making sure that every citizen has access to the very best public education possible. And so that drives us every single day. I know myself and the whole team and our board and our volunteers, it really is all about making sure that public education in Pennsylvania works and works well, and that as a state, we can really be looked upon as kind of a shining example of a high quality public education system.
Of course, love it, love it. And I know you're obviously familiar with America 250 PA. You know, we're the Commonwealth State Commission for commemorating the U.S. semi-quincentennial in 2026. And earlier this year, we were so excited to launch the Keystone Classroom Initiative, which really is bringing Pennsylvania education into classrooms across the Commonwealth. And, you know, our goal, again, is a storytelling visitation program, really bringing that into the classrooms, bringing it to life for the students. And really having them be a part of the semi-quin in 2026. So our goal is to reach 50,000 students in 2026. So I'm just wondering, you know, what made PSBA so excited to get involved in this initiative?
Well, look, I mean, anything we can do to get everybody excited in the Commonwealth about America 250, but certainly when you're talking about kids in our schools, you know, I remember, I'm going to show my age here a little bit, but I remember 1976 and what an exciting time it was as America celebrated. And just being a little kid at the time, you know, having, I think, a lot of questions about, you know, explain this. What are we celebrating? How does this work? And coming to learn so much more at that young age. Anything that we can do to, you know, clearly pass along what this means to our nation, so that these kids are just as excited. And then, you know, I think one of the great things that this project has done is really tie in some of the important milestones and markers in Pennsylvania's history and how it plays out across the United States and in our nation's history. So, you know, what an amazing opportunity to get more history in front of these kids, to get them excited about what's coming. And hopefully, you know, they're taking it home to mom and dad and other folks, siblings, to talk about what they learned at school that day and get everybody more excited and proud of this amazing, you know, 250th anniversary.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you kind of touched on my next question here is just really talking about, you know, why it's important to engage our youth leading up to 2026 and the semi-quincentennial. You know, it is a big commemoration. There's a lot of history, a lot of details that go into it, but obviously, at America 250 PA, we want to engage every Pennsylvanian in every county. That includes our youth as well. So I know you had mentioned that, you know, you had taken part in the last celebration for the nation. Can you talk a little bit more about that impact as a child and what this program might have for our Pennsylvania youth?
Well, like I said, I remember as a kid, you know, everything from the parades that occurred and everything on television, but the town that I grew up in, a little town in northeastern Pennsylvania, decked out in red, white, and blue, and light posts were painted red and white striped with blue tops to them and things like that. I mean, it really was an amazing thing to witness as a kid, and you pick up on those things. You see, the adults really going above and beyond, and the town really coming together. That impacts you, and I think making sure that everybody is a part of this celebration, but more than just celebrating 250 years, really having these kinds of conversations around recognizing where we've been as a nation and where we can go together. And, I think to tie that back into what we were talking about a little earlier, the importance of public education. Obviously, that's just one of the many things I hope that will be talked about as we come up upon the 250th anniversary. And, as we go forward, making sure that every child has access to what we have all had access to in this great nation.
No, that's a great point. Definitely, definitely. No, thank you for sharing that. And I guess just final question, I had more of an interest piece. Now, what exactly are you and PSBA most looking forward to in 2026?
Well, obviously, on a personal level, getting to see what I hope will be an amazing spectacle, right? We love, Americans love their July 4th celebration and the fireworks and everything else. And I would think this will be a once in a lifetime kind of thing to be a part of and to witness. And I think organizationally, it's an opportunity for us to be able to help to carry home some of those messages, to help hopefully school districts reflect upon our nation's history. And we talked about the impact of many things that occurred in the state. I know you guys have spent a lot of time over the last year or two talking about firsts in Pennsylvania, and there are so many. I think as a state, we have so much to be proud of. I'll give you one more before we go, and that is PSBA is actually the very first school boards association ever to be created in the United States back in 1895. So we're a state of many firsts, and PSBA is a first. And I think we're just looking forward to continuing our work and hopefully growing in the coming years.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much for sharing that information. And obviously, we want to thank you again for your continued support in this program. It's really, we've only been one semester in so far. We're getting ready to launch our next semester on October 12th for this year. So very excited for it. Again, appreciate the support and can't wait to see how this project and program takes off through 2026. So thank you again for being here. Do you have any additional comments or information you want to share before we? Great.
Thank you, and I appreciate all that you guys have done, and we're looking forward to the next semester and next couple of years ahead as we work together.
Perfect. No, thank you so much. It was great having you here. And for those of you who are interested in learning more about the Keystone Classroom Initiative and America250PA, you can learn more at www.america250pa.org. And we encourage you to join us and become a part of history. Thanks.